Welcome to another live stream here in the dark side of BEASTwriter. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we're going to be breaking down today's pre-draft visits. As you guys know, I just live right down the street from Raiders headquarters, and Jalen Carter is in for a pre-draft visit. Now, I get a little irritated. I shouldn't, but I get a little irritated when people say and call it top 30 visits, because in my mind, when I think of top 30 visits, I'm thinking that that's a top 30 guy on their big board. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. So I don't know who came up with the top 30 visit. I mean, do we call 15-minute formal combine interviews, because you only get 60 of those, a top 60 visit, or a top 60 meeting, or a top 45 meeting once COVID hit? I mean, come on. Let's just call it what it is. It's called a pre-draft visit, a PDV, and let's just stick to that. All right. Hey, Jalen Carter's in town. We're going to talk about Jalen Carter a little bit. We're also going to talk about Josh Jacobs. All right. There's a lot of things that are in the works right now when it comes to Josh Jacobs and his contract situation. Obviously, he's seeking a long-term deal. We talked about this earlier in the DOB, exactly what the valuation versus evaluation on Josh Jacobs is. And then also those layers to this, right? Because he has a deadline of April 17th to sign the non-exclusive franchise tag. If he doesn't sign that non-exclusive franchise tags, that means he can't work out. And when you can't work out with the team throughout the OTAs and not rookie mini camp, it's not rookie anymore, but mini camp, training camp, whatever the case may be, that's going to, does he really need that body of work throughout the duration of practice leading up to game day? I mean, I think people always say there's different lines of thinking there, right? One, it recreates the muscle memory. Two, if you're working with a different offensive line because you don't know who's going to be on the right side. Obviously, we know, you have, as of right now, as of today, you have Jermaine Illuminor at right tackle. You also have Alex Bars there, but let's be honest about this. I talked about it yesterday. There's no question in my mind that they're going to shore up that right side. All right. Already put the Beast receipt out there. Don't shoot the messenger, but more times than that, the Beast receipts check out. All right. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And talk to a few players today also. It's funny, as a beat writer, you get to know these players on a personal level. So you have some kind of connection with some of these players, and you really want them to do well. So whether they still play for the Las Vegas Raiders, unrestricted free agents, or playing elsewhere. It's really good just to keep in touch with these guys that you kind of built a rapport with because you care about their well-being, aside from the football aspect of it. So I talked to a few people, and a few people, quote unquote, players, and I'm really excited for what the Raiders have this year. I really do think that GM Dave Ziegler, head coach Josh McDaniels, and everybody in between is doing the right thing and trying to make this thing work. So, yeah, a lot of things to discuss, but Jalen Carter's in for a pre-draft visit, not a top 30 visit. Why do people say top 30 visit? And it's the same thing when, by the way, do you know the difference? If you guys are new to following me, there's a difference here. And if you guys, by the way, if you guys like me doing these live streams, if you guys notice, I've done one every single day this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Usually I only do 2 to 3 a week. But because of the engagement here and because of the likes I'm getting on this and because of the super chats and super stickers, the engagement I'm getting on this, it's going to make me want to push more of these. So if you guys like me hopping on every single day, I'm willing to do that. Just give it a like. That is free. Just give and drop down these comments. That is free. And so again, typically what I like to do is I like to engage with you guys on the platform because again, without you guys, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. Let's just keep it 100 on that. Right. And so that's why I like making these. That's why I think these are beneficial. Right. And so when we make these, let me just put this out right here. All right. So when we make this kind of like one of those things where we can all engage and have a healthy discussion, I think it's beneficial for all of us. I really do. I really do. So Arkham Raider, salute to you, my guy. He says salute to Raider Nation as well. Hold on, I'm writing this down, Robert Pena says. Yeah, let me write this down. And here's the funny thing about this. People are catching on. People are catching on and they're a little embarrassed. They're a little embarrassed that they got caught red-handed. But hey, was it really, how far did you think you were really going to go with this? And let's be honest, not everyone has come out of the woodworks yet. There's still people trying to pass it off. And oh my gosh. Oh, let's talk on the Devin White. Oh my gosh. Well, he sucks in pass coverage, according to who? PFF? Okay, cool. But what do you say about it? Not what PFF, like when you grade the snap, what does it say about it? I just go off PFF. But why? You have a brain. Use it. But again, people don't have time to do it. I have no life. You guys are my life. You guys are my family. Literally, I don't have a family. You guys are my family. So I have time and I have time to do this. All right. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Jalen Carter a little bit. There was a report saying that they took him off his board. And look, here's the funny thing about this. And Vinny Bonsignori said, that not contradictory, but despite what some reports say, we all know who said it. He's coming in for a pre-draft visit and they're doing their due diligence, which he's in, right? That's true. I think both can be right? I think that I'm not going to name the name, I'm not about that life, but I'm just saying, we all know who said that, Jalen Carter was taken off the Raiders board. He could be right. People who say, oh, he's a clown. He's not. He really isn't. Trust me. I work with him. Number one. Number two, I know he has good sources. All right. And number three, he wouldn't be the position he is today if he wasn't going to have his job. I'm just saying. So I'll leave it at that. I think both can be right. I talked about this. Look, you think that GM Dave Ziegler or Coach McDaniels are going to say, hey, yeah, we really took this guy off our board. No. But what if the beat writer was told that, hey, we're not going to draft this guy regardless if he's sitting there at 7 or not? Technically, that would be, okay, well, he's not going to last past the top 10 picks. That's kind of like a given. You'd be dumb to think that he's going to last past the top 10 picks. In fact, I'd be surprised if he lasted past the Raiders at 7. All right. The second part of this equation is Vinny was also right because he's in for a pre-draft visit. So both can be right. You can have a guy come in for a pre-draft visit. And I talked about this, and it has no bearing on that player. I mean, could it be a waste of a top 30 visit because you only get 30 of those? Sure. But we've seen a lot of times, if you do the landscape around the NFL and how the GMs play the 30 visits, maybe it's to gauge and hide intel on a player that they actually targeting. Maybe a teammate, holla at your boy, Kaylee Ringo came in, right? Come on. Let's keep it 100. With Jalen Carter, I think they're bringing it in just to kind of say, hey, look, you pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor charge of reckless driving that ended up killing, somebody. You were involved in that, so he pleaded no contest. That's not a good look. In fact, my first year on the beat, I've been told on many occasions that players, especially on Raider Way, 1475 Raider Way, if you ever live right down the street from my house, that's just a straight, it's like a runway. It's just a straight boom. So you can go however fast you want to go. There's no speed bumps. There's nothing there. In fact, I think there's only one stop. How many stoplights are there? Is there a stoplight? I think there might be one stoplight. That's it. But it's a straightaway shot. No, there is one stoplight. It's over by the Las Vegas Aces new building that they have there. But yeah, one or two stoplights. That's it. But it's just a straight shot to Raider Way. And so to Raiders headquarters where I work, where the players play and practice, where coaches, the headquarters. And I heard people speed all the time. Players speed all the time. I have not seen any of the players speed, but I've been told. And look, we all speed. All right, if you'd be lying yourself if you say you never speed in your life. I mean, I've done it. Shoot, I did it today on St. Rose Parkway to get home to do a live stream because I have family in town, which is why I had to do my pick 6 at 6 earlier than my time slotted schedule on every Tuesday. Kalos, I'm sorry for butchering your last name, but or butchering your name in general. It says, are the Lions interested in a quarterback now that they have sent Okudah to Atlanta? Does that change the plan a little? No. And here's the funny thing. I've seen some people that I follow, and we all work with each other, and some Raiders reporters and whatever. They're saying, oh, yeah, now they're definitely going to go after a boundary cornerback because they just got rid of Jeff Okudah. I was like, man, did you run the grades? Did you grade the single snap of the Detroit Lions secondary? Do you know who they brought in? They brought in Cam Sutton from where? The Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a boundary cornerback, right? Who did he play alongside with? Arthur Marlette, Akilo Witherspoon, Joe Hayden, right? Come on. Who did he play alongside with in the powerhouse SEC? We're talking about Emmanuel Mosley. That's a starting boundary quarterback. I'm sorry. That's one side. The second part of the equation is who else did they sign? Who else did the Detroit Lions sign? I'm going to give you guys, again, it's funny when all these people say, oh, they need this because they did that. No. Did you actually grade the snap? Do you actually know who they brought in? Do you actually know the dynamics of every NFL GM and how they run things? No one has time to do it. I do. That's why you guys follow me. Now watch them draft a cornerback, which they possibly could, because, again, what I always say, when the GM tendencies, what does GM Ozzie Newsome say when he was with the Baltimore Ravens? Obviously, he's not the GM anymore. It's Eric DeCosta. We get it. But a necessity today could be a luxury tomorrow. I get it. But then also, when you look at the dynamics of every draft it has its own identity, right? Just like every NFL season has its own identity, right? There's new wrinkles installed. You have to play catch up a lot of times. You guys know the picture. But they all got Cam Sutton, right? And they also got in Emmanuel Mosley. So my thinking is they're not going to go cornerback because I don't think Emmanuel Mosley would sign a contract to be a backup. He did that with the San Francisco 49ers and then got his shot and played really, really well when healthy, thanks to Jason Verrett being injured all those years. Oh, man, here we're talking off the top. We're not even talking about the Raiders right now. We're talking about how the draft affects the Raiders based on what other teams are doing in front of them and behind them. Let's holler at your boy. Come on. Keep it hot in the DOB. Let's go. Let me write that down. I'm heated because it's wasting your time. So, no, I don't think that changed the plan a little. Now, I could be wrong and all this is fluff and I could be making it up, but I'm not. What's up, Jesus? Smash the like button. Subscribe to all social media at BEASTwriter. Ensure you hit the bell to turn on the bell notification so you get notified when I go live and keep things hot here in the DOB from a guy on the beat, right? Don't miss a beat from a guy on the beat. And if you notice, I'm not pushing this anymore on Twitter. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of pushing it on Twitter because Twitter, man, don't do much. So I'm doing it specifically on YouTube. So if people are wondering, man, he hasn't done a live stream in a while. But I guess I have. You just don't subscribe to my YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're kind of pushing that social media algorithm. Robert Pena says Carter's a good talent, just need the right people in his life. That is very true. But again, the kid is young. I remember when I was a 22-year-old kid, 22, I did some stupid stuff. Stupid. I'll admit it. Dumb. Like, what were you thinking? By the way, my name wasn't BEASTwriter back then because I wasn't obviously a beat writer. But back then in college, they gave me the nickname Hulk, right? So Hulk was my nickname back in college. And I did some stupid things. Literally, I remember. I mean, there's times, if we want to talk about it, there's times where stupid things, just like, what are you doing? Not like outrageously dumb. I mean, I heard some of my friends are stupid, but stupid things. We all done it though. Think back to a time in your life in your early 20s where you didn't do something stupid. Now, I never got as far as reckless driving and please not that kind of trouble. So it is concerning, right? Like, at what point do you look at this and say, oh, it's an isolated incident, right? Is this an isolated incident? Because if you're GM Jay Ziegler, I guarantee you this is how the conversation's going on. Now, it probably doesn't go like this, but this is how I think it's going to happen, right? Like, he comes in, which he's already here, and he was like, hey, what's going on with the, pleading no contest? Can you explain what happened there? Like, what was the backstory there? Like, we just want to clear the air, whatever. Okay, cool. Probably want to answer some questions on him being 9 pounds overweight. There's no excuse for that. And anybody who says otherwise, you're not in the fitness game, so stop. You can't to show up 9 pounds overweight and not being able to finish your drills, which I already pointed out before he took his pro day, and which I talked about here in the DOB when running the game film and grading the snap, not the box score. Come on, we talked about this. I questioned his conditioning, but said it wasn't his fault because there was a lot of blowout games that Georgia was in. But at the end of the time, like, why would they rotate some players in, some players out, but keep majority of the first team reps on the defense in with the first stringers? Let's look into that crystal ball. Let me write that down. The Raider Room says, salute. I'm writing this down now. Yeah, write it down. And the Raider Room, who, by the way, they were on, weren't you guys on a podcast with Kenny King Jr., my guy? And then also the Raider Way did a really good job at that. Go check them out on Instagram. They do a really good job. They were talking a little bit about defensive tackles. Look, I'm told, from a guy who was a beat writer. And I'm saying my input is better or worse than someone else's. I'm just saying what I'm hearing because I'm there, right? Like, my office is there. What I'm hearing, and like I said, it's not better or worse. I could be there and be wrong, right? But from what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing is they're really high on Neil Farrell. Tweeted this stuff out earlier, tweeted it out throughout the year. Don't sleep on Neil Farrell, right? Don't sleep it. And then people want a bona fide monster, right? You guys want a bona fide monster. Jalen Carter would be head and shoulders above Neil Farrell. I'm not saying that. I'm not disputing that. That'd be dumb for me to like, oh, yeah, like Neil. Come on, bro. I'm not saying that. But I am saying is, looking at it from a GM perspective, if you don't trade up 2 5th-round picks up to the 4th round to draft a player that's going to ride the pine in year 2, which is the most significant growth from a player going from year 1 to year 2, right? Talked about it with Coach Bill Belichick when he was here, right? Talked about it with him, literally. And talked about the interior defensive lineman with Christian Barmore, Roll Tide Roll, right? You guys missed that interview that I had with Bill Belichick. Go check that out. Don't miss a beat from a guy on the beat. There you go. But I don't think Jalen Carter is going to be the pick. Now watch Jalen Carter be the pick. As of today on April 12th, because the draft, everything, again, I'm not finalizing anything until the day before the draft. That's why I haven't put up any mock drafts. I'm not doing that crap until the day before the draft. That's when I get the strongest intel and make my own decisions, and you guys can place your bets then. I don't see it playing out. I think they're high on both Neil Farrell and Matthew Butler. I also believe there's a reason they really didn't target anyone in free agency, really, right? I mean, they got in some journeyman veteran players in there, especially on the interior with a guy like Jonathan Jenkins, right, from the Miami Dolphins. But that's just a replacement for Andrew Billings, right, as a 2-down run stuffer. Neil Farrell right now is a 2-down run stuffer. Haven't seen enough of the pass rush department, but that's a small sample size to pull from. Look, if you were given a sample size to pull from and you were given the same snap count that Neil Farrell was in the game of life at work, how well would you fare? Being a rookie, right? Now you can go ahead and you had this whole offseason to prepare, and now you're looking at it and saying, hey, look, it's a different ball game now because things are quicker. Guarantee you, I already know how this narrative is going to be pushed because I already know where it's going. Look, I'm going to have a conversation with Coach Graham in training camp. Hey, Coach Graham, Neil Farrell's been shining as one of my top 5 camp battles to watch, and he's winning the leverage game when I evaluate the one-on-ones that y'all come to love here on Twitter, my evaluation breakdowns. And I want to get your take. Oh, yeah, man, the game's coming quicker to him. You know, last year he was reading, he's more reacting now, and he understands spacing a little bit more, right? Here, I'm saying this on April 12th, right? Let me write this down. You want to write this down. April 12th, 2023. I am predicting how training camp's going to play out in August. So how many months is that? So from April, May, June, July. So 4 months out. 4 months out, I'm predicting what's going to happen on the interior defensive tackle position when it comes to Neil Farrell. Write that down. Write that down. And watch me be wrong. It's okay if I'm wrong. I get some things wrong. No one's perfect. Although I know that's the gold standard that the DOB expects of me because I've been doing it for so many years. Phil Ramos says, salute, Beast. What's your take on Brian Brucey? Great question. I have the great game grades on that. Good that you mentioned that. And smash this like button. We're 25 minutes in. There's 23 of you guys watching it. Smash the like button and just engage with me on this platform if you like what I have to say. And like I said, man, Raider Room, Raider Rain, Raider Way, Kenny King Jr., they do a fantastic job with silver and black content. Go be sure to follow my guys. They do a really good job at that. And I just want to make it known that they do a really good job at that. So it's not easy. And for them, it's not even easy for them too, right? Because I don't think that's their 9 to 5. And if it is, my hat's off to you. But I don't even think that's their 9 to 5. So for them to have the bandwidth to do all these different things, it really shows how passionate they are about the Raider Nation. I think that's really cool. I think that's really admirable. But when it comes to Brian Brucey, let's go ahead and switch gears here for a little bit. All right. Everyone's talking about Brian Brucey. I got game grades on you for Brian Brucey. Let me just pull it up for you. And if you guys notice, your boy has been working tirelessly. I have my my girlfriend's sister in town, and she's asking me like how am I doing, because she knows I don't get much sleep. Concerned for my health. Not joking. She's like, so how does this work? Like what's your schedule like? So literally she they're not here right now because I had to do the live stream, and it's like, okay, we're gonna go out and go check out the area here. Probably going to check out drive by Raiders headquarters right now. I was like, go say hi to Jalen Carter for me. I'm joking. Jalen Carter's probably far back in there. But he is here today in Henderson, right down the street from where I live. Like literally 2 miles from where I live. I'm not joking. 2 miles. Let me get the game grades for you. But no, she was like really concerned. She's like, so we ate at Scrambled here. So we ate at Scrambled right off St. Rose. And then she's like, I was talking to, by the way, we're having a guest on tomorrow, a good friend of mine, Hall of Fame player. And, but anyways, getting back to it. So she was asking me a question as we're eating, right? And I felt so like, I'm such a douchebag. Like, dude, like here I am on my phone. I'm telling you, I work my phone. I'm always on my phone, just like talking to people, getting interviews lined up, talking to people about college film breakdowns that I'm doing. They're asking for my input. Um, man, it's just a lot of work. Good news is tomorrow at 3 p.m., we are having my good friend and one of my mentors hop on the show. He is a Hall of Fame player, arguably one of the best offensive linemen to ever play in the NFL. All right, just leave it at that. And I think you guys already know who it is if you've been following me since day one. But let's go ahead and talk about Brian Bresee. Oh, a lot of leg work, a lot of leg work, a lot of leg work. Brian Bresee, here we go. All right, it's loading. All right, so when I look at Brian Bresee, right, like I see a player who is like very stout at the point of attack, right? Like he's really, really good there. When I turned on the Notre Dame game this year, he really didn't show anything in the pass rush department. In fact, he kind of didn't show anything in the pass rush department, and he didn't really make any splash plays, but he was a good space eater. Like I think that's something that goes unnoticed. Is it doesn't matter if the guy makes the play, if he can take up space, if he can occupy the A or B gap, that's going to leave another gap open for a second level linebacker to stay clean and make plays where he needs to make the plays in open space, right? And so I think that makes the second level backer's job a lot easier because Brian Bresee just occupies a lot of real estate up front. And so I think when you look at his game in there and then also at the Orange Bowl, you see that in his game. Now, am I saying in the Orange Bowl he had a sack for -8 yards? Which is good, right? Which is good. And he also had 2 quarterback pressures in that game in my grading system. So he did shine out in where it counted in the bowl game. But ultimately, when I grade those other snaps in between here that I'm looking at it, it doesn't really resonate to me that this guy is a consistent 3-down player. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not saying Brian Bresee is not one of the top interior linemen in defensive linemen in this draft class. I'm not saying that. He definitely has the traits. I just need to be more consistent. I think he needs to be more consistent in his game to warrant that top 15, top 20 type of a grade. As I have him graded, just let me look at my grades right now. I want to look at my big board, and I'll shoot you over some stuff. And I've been working long and hard on this one, man, because he was a tough evaluation for me to grade simply because, again, the sample size to pull from me, he's dealing with so many injuries. But I do like what I see in his game. Like, I'm not going to, it's funny because I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, you never know how people say, hate's a strong word. I strongly dislike when people say, oh, it's a crapshoot. You don't know who's going to do well and who's not coming out of the draft. I'm like, nah, man, like, that's my job. Like, my job is to get it right in real time to hindsight. Like, that is my job. That is my job to get it right. And that's the expectation you guys should have for everyone that you follow. Not just me, but every single person that you follow. Keep record, keep score of what they say in real time to hindsight and write that down. Write that down, So that's kind of how I see that playing out. Meanwhile, there's different things that can happen here, but yeah, Brian Bresee, I like him a lot. Let me just pull up some other film from him. I started grading him. If you look at my Beast receipts back in 2020, look at my Beast receipts on Twitter from 2020 on Brian Bresee. I thought the guy was going to be the future. Like, it was I'll show you what I said on Brian Bresee. I like calling myself out. It's fun. Fun calling myself out when I get it wrong too. But I'm not calling myself out because, again, give the guy a chance. But let me just see Brian Bresee. Here we go. Maybe I spelled his name wrong. What was it? Oh, here we go. Brian Bresee. All right, so I put up a tweet up on Brian Bresee back on January 11th. Go figure. The time that I talked about the cluster of players that people should be trading it down in, and then people started to, BEASTwriter said it. Let me write that down. Oh yeah, I think the Raiders should trade down. So Brian Brzee is about 6'5.5", 298 pounds. I just got to verify this. And again, it's hard, right? He's not really an interior rusher. So for me, if I was to put a grade on Brian Brzee right now, and I do have the grades, I got to find the grades on where I would draft him. And any given draft, I'd give him around 1 grade. I would, just because I like his potential. I said I wouldn't go off potential, but I do like his potential because you see things in his game. It's like, wow, if you could do that more consistently, you have a clog in the middle. I got to find it for you guys. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, here we go. Finally found it. Jeez Louise, how many freaking... All right, here we go. My big board. Positional. Okay, here we go. Gotta love the draft. Gotta love the draft. Brian Brzee. And you guys got to know he tore his ACL back in 2021 too. I'm looking at my notes here. He tore his ACL back in 2021. The guy gets injured a lot. But I mean, he was the nation's top recruit back in 2020, you know? And so like you can't dismiss that. It's almost like with Rashawn Gary, right? Like remember when the Packers drafted him, like, oh, they're banking on his potential. He didn't do much in college. Rashawn Gary, what, Pro Bowl player now, right? So you really never know how these things pan out, but my job is to project and predict. Is the player's job to perform. I always say that, you know, the 3 P's, right? My job is to project and predict, player's job to perform. Anyone say, oh, it's a crapshoot, you know, as long as you provide good analysis, that's all that matters. No, I think I strongly disagree with that. I think by saying and giving out the strong analysis and getting it wrong, you just wasted my time listening to you about spilling out about BS because in hindsight, it doesn't make sense. Oh, well, no, man, like I only have 24 hours in a day. I'm not going to listen to you because you get it wrong more times than not. Right? I'm just saying. Carlos says, you could be wrong, but you're a lot more educated with this than we are, and that's why we follow you. Hey, I'll be honest, I learned a lot from you guys too. It's not like I'm on this pedestal. Nah, man, I'm not about that vibe. You know, the good vibes is all about learning and growing, right? So I'm always growing. Every single day I want to learn something, right? Because then you're not growing, right? I want to learn something, good or bad, doesn't matter. Everything is a learning experience. So I hope I learned something from all of you guys today because I want to do that. The whole point of it is for us to learn mutually so we can kind of make this better. Kevin Lurker is up in here. He says, Mahalo Beast, what's going on? Oh, man. Carpena says, Hulk smashed a lot of girls. Oh, Robert. That's hilarious. I want to leave this up and just make myself feel better about myself. But yeah, San Diego State was fun. San Diego State was fun. It's a party school for a reason. Tommy Huxley said, I haven't been here since you started covering the Raiders. I guess I'll hit the like. I guess I'll hit the like. Yeah, Tommy Huxley, I haven't seen you ever since I started covering. I thought you were good vibes only, bro. No, you are. Tommy, you are good vibes only. Good seeing you, man. But I get it. You don't, you know, I got that good. That means you still follow me, which is good because you got the notification. So I'm happy that you're still here, even though you're a huge Niner fan, which is always a good thing. It's not like a bad thing. I just cover the Raiders now. All right. D Menace says, Beast, how you doing, brother? How you doing? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Robert Payne says, Ryan, how long did you cover the Niners for? Google it. Google Ryan Sakamoto, BEASTwriter, and you can tell how long. I covered the Niners since 2012. So I've been a diehard fan, obviously, you know, dating back till when I was a baby. The whole backstory on that, that's for a different time. We can go on and on and on since the age of 4. But I started covering the Niners as, you know, as like a beat writer reporter since 2012, and did that covered this, and then from there went on to SI, covered for SI, covered for Bleacher Report, covered CBS Sports Radio, had my own spot right before the Jim Rome show. Crazy, right? I know. And then also covered other teams too. I wouldn't say I got bored of covering the Niners, but I wanted to broaden my horizons. I was like, man, like, because covering one team is kind of like low key, like it's kind of easy. That sounds kind of conceited. It's easier. So I wanted to cover the Arizona Cardinals. I wanted to cover every team I can get. The Raiders. I wanted to cover the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I did. And everything in between. Now I was like, man, this is too easy. I want to cover all 32. Then I started the BWF. Started covering all 32 NFL teams to really challenge myself to say, you know what? I know what I'm talking about, and I can just leave no drop off in production talking about all 32. My good friend Tom McManus, who played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, if you guys know, we had our own talk show with him, Randy Cross, San Francisco 49ers, Glenn Parker, Buffalo Bills, and Sean Salisbury. You guys know who Sean Salisbury is, right? Minnesota Vikings quarterback, San Diego native. And so we had our own show on in the huddle, right? So we talked, and we would just talk about every NFL team, no drop off in production. It was really fun, and I was like, man, this is really fun, and did that for a little bit. And that podcast was probably it was the most trafficated podcast that we had. Think of that. That's an all-star cast right there. And I was hosting it. That dude says your top 3 rated quarterbacks we can get in round 3 or later. Top 3 quarterbacks. My top 3 quarterbacks we can get round 3 or later. Valued in round 3 or actually draftable in round 3. There's a difference there. But I'm going to have to do more research on quarterbacks. Look, when it comes to the quarterbacks, I am not the best, dude. Like, honestly, I'll just be keeping 100. That's the one position I'm kind of like, Because I said Zach Wilson was going to – look, I called myself out. I said Zach Wilson is going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback. Bro, was I wrong on that one? Beast receipt. Let me write that down. You were wrong. I like calling myself out. It doesn't happen often because usually I get it right, but that's one I got wrong. Yeah. Tommy says, I've been busy, though, working 50 hours a week. Yikes, I am on vacation. Much needed. I'll drop by more often. Thank you, my man. How are you with the guitar playing, by the way? He plays the guitar. This guy, legit. Tommy, I know. You know, I'm honest with you. Like, I don't see Mariah on here anymore. I don't see Bay Area Baller 18 anymore. I don't see all these guys are Niner fans, by the way. They probably unfollowed me or unsubscribed to me, which I'm kind of hurt. Not really. I understand. I would have look if there's no incentive of me covering your team, I get it. But I'm very happy that you're still here. You made my day, Tommy Huxley. Tommy's always been on my show too. Tommy's a good guy. We joke around all the time. Robert Pena says, hit the like button and subscribe and share DLB family. Yeah, definitely do that. There's 24 of you guys watching. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also support the DLB through Super Chat and Super Stickers. You guys can do that if you want. If not, just give it a thumbs up. That is just as good and just as valuable, and that is free, right? Like, asking for a like is free. We're 41 minutes and 27 seconds in. If you guys like me doing these live streams and want me to push more live streams, then you're going to have to, you don't have to do anything, but I'm saying for me to want to be motivated to continue, I need to see the social media engagement. And that just, a like is free. That comes with a like, that comes with engaging with me, asking me questions and everything in between. So, because it has to be worthwhile, right? Like, if it's not for the money, it has to be for the engagement, right? Right. So the reason why I'm doing it is for the engagement, because I like talking to you. Like, I could be right now, I could be chilling, right? I could be chilling right now, just watching TV, watching Netflix, sleeping in right now, not watching game film. I could be doing a lot of different things. You guys wouldn't know what I'll be doing because I'm not on. But the fact that I'm on answering your questions goes a long, long way, I think, in building up the DLB organically. So if you guys like what I bring to the Silver and Black, the nation, do yourselves a solid. Give me a thumbs up because, again, that helps out a lot. It really, really does. Tommy Huck says, remember I told Jets gang Zach Wilson was going to bust. You did. And I didn't think so. I thought he was going to be good. Oh, man. Tommy, but no, watch Zach Wilson go somewhere else and have a Pro Bowl year. Then I'm like, I wasn't wrong all along. Can you write this guy off? Is it way too early to write this guy off? I don't know. Kevin Lurker says, Tyree Wilson, can you find any knock on him? Absolutely. Run fit integrity. Talked about it when grading the snap, not the box score. I have grades on him. Talked about it with earlier, actually. I don't think he's a good fit at 7. I don't like him as much as anyone else out there who says that they should draft him. To me, that's clickbait because you're not grading the snap. You're grading the box score. You're just looking at the measurables of his long arm length. You're just looking at the measurables of what he potentially can bring to the table. For me, I want consistency. Consistency is key. I'm not pounding on the table for Tyree Wilson in any shape or form. Now watch him get drafted by the Raiders. Robert says, you would be at the gym, Beast. Hey, that's funny you say that. I was literally debating, not joking, but I knew I had to do a Blitz pickup. So I had to get, because again, I have family in town, or girlfriend's family in town, whatever the case may be. And so for me, I was like, shoot, should I do a live stream or should I go to the gym right now? Like, that's legit where my mind was at. After coming back, getting breakfast, but I was kind of in a food coma. And I was like, man, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do a live stream right now? Or should I just go to the gym? Because I haven't gone to the gym in 2 days now. Didn't go yesterday. Did a live stream. Didn't go today. Legit, I look like I'm going to, I literally went to Scrambled right here off St. Rose Parkway dressed like this. People thought I was they just got back from the gym, but my mindset was, I was debating if I was going to go straight to the gym from Scrambled or come back home with you guys who I all come to love here in the DOB. Oh, because you guys make my day. But you guys really do. You guys really do. I like all of you guys. Love all you guys. You guys make me who I am. So I figure the least I can do is just put my workout aside for the DOB family. Yeah. But again, it has to be worth it, man. With a like, that's free. Dropping comments is also free. And the super chat, super stickers definitely don't hurt. So if you guys want to support, you guys can do that right here. Just support me through a super chat, a super sticker. If you guys like the live stream that I'm providing you on this Blitz Pickup Wednesday, and there's 25 of you guys watching. Let me just see how many likes we have on YouTube right now. I'm just going to scroll through right here, and if we don't have that many, I'm going to jump the heck out. I'm joking. Oh, there's not enough likes. I'm out of here, guys. Literally, I saw that before. I was watching another person's live stream, like, oh, we didn't have that many likes, so we're gonna end this. I'm like, I kind of felt a certain way. I'm like, should I be doing that? Like, and this dude was getting like super chats up the wazoo. He was getting like all this engagement. Oh, the engagement's not. I'm cutting out. I'm like, what? What are you doing, dude? Like, he got hella upset about it. Like, he got mad. Like, he was getting good super, like, in my estimation, good super chats. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't be tripping off a, oh, I'm only getting $5 super chats. I'm going to cut out. I need that 20. Like, dude, what the hell? What's wrong with you, bro? Go take a chill pill, bro. Who says that anymore? Go take a chill pill. NorCal ACC says, if the top 2 cornerbacks get drafted before the Raiders pick, do you think they try and get that? Sorry, I'm laughing because I literally saw that and I started laughing to myself. I thought that was comical. Like, this guy really got upset. Oh, it's not enough. I should do that, right? I should do a live stream like that. And then, like, the people who are new would be like, oh, this guy's such a douche. Like, this guy, all he wants is money. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my God. I think that'd be comical. And people know that he was just joking. He was just joking, obviously. Have you seen the other live streams, bro? North Cal ACC. If the top 2 cornerbacks get drafted before the Raiders, do you think they try and get the best linebacker instead of an offensive tackle? No, I think well, No, it goes back to it. In my horizontal board, how I see the board stacking up, I would rather have a guy like a Peter Skoronsky, not so much Paris Johnson, because I think if you're talking about Paris Johnson, you're banking on a little bit of the potential there aspect more so when you talk about the spectrum, more so than the actual value of where you're selecting that player. However, Peter Skoronsky, to me, if he's on the board and the top two quarterbacks are gone, I would say go ahead and take him. Take Peter Skoronsky. And people, oh no, it's not a sexy pick, but it could be the right pick, right? Let me ask you guys a question, the nation, an honest question, right? We all seen the top 10 draft picks for the Raiders fail miserably. Cleve Farrell, gone, right? This is like recent memory. Oh, go back to 2000. Let's go back to 2009, right? When they reached for Darius Hayward-Bay because it's 4.3 speed or 4.2 speed, whatever the heck it was, and they didn't draft Michael Crabtree. Remember that? I believe they got him at 7, and then the Niners got Michael Crabtree at 10, right? Out of Texas Tech, speaking of Tyree Wilson and so forth, whatever. Would you guys be upset if you got Peter Skoronsky? If the Raiders drafted Peter Skoronsky, but he ended up being a Pro Bowl guard in his rookie season, no matter who they could have gotten after that, would you be upset if knowing today, if you knew for a fact, let's play the role of Jesus right now, right? Not trying to get all religious, but whoever your God is, right? Like would be all or whatever, doesn't matter. If you knew going into it, with all things created equal, that Peter Skoronsky would be voted as a Pro Bowl guard in his rookie season, would you draft him at 7? I would, because that's guaranteed. And for people to say, oh, well, nothing's guaranteed. It's a crapshoot in the NFL draft. No, it's not. It really isn't, though. Robert says, we don't even like you, Ryan. We love you, bro. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Phil Romero, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. LaFarious Monster says, good vibes. I like good vibes. I like being funny, too. If you got to know me on more of a personal level, obviously I have to keep it somewhat professional, but I think people have been telling me, you know what, like my friends are like, man, you guys gotta just be yourself, which I am. Like I'm very like this is myself, but I'm very transparent. Like what you see is what you get. I don't sugarcoat crap. Like if I don't like you, I don't like you. Like literally, and people can take it however they want to take it. But at the end of the day, it's no sweat off my back because I don't like you anyway. So your opinion of me does not matter. I'm just being that's me. And people, people tell me, oh man, like how come you like one thing is being cordial. Like I can be cordial with people, obviously, right? Like I'm not just a straight up like DIC, right? But I am very transparent. For instance, the other day ran into somebody. She's like, how come, she's like, I texted you. Did you see it? How come you text me back? I was like, yeah, I saw. I just didn't want to text you back. And she looked at me like, wow, like you could have lied to me at least. I'm like, no, man, like, why would I lie to you? I just don't want to text you back. Like, literally, people will think that's awkward, but for me, it's like, why sugarcoat it? Like, I saw it. Yeah, I'm not going to say I didn't see it because it's a text message. Obviously, they know that you got the text message, but I don't want to text you back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you feel that I should text you back, but I don't want to text you back. I'm a jerk, huh? She looked at me like I was like, ooh, who are you? I'm like, I'm the beast. I should have said that. No, I just like whatever. Thank you so much, Phil Romero, for the super sticker. Appreciate it, my guy. Tommy Hudson said I really appreciate it, Phil Romero. You've been here since day one. Really, really love your engagement here. All right. Kevin Lurker says no guard is worth that high a pick, in my opinion. Here's the thing with that, right? So you look at the valuation versus evaluation, and Kevin, I agree with you in that interior guards are not valued as a top 10 pick. We already went over the dynamics of it. But for me, in any given draft, I only have 16 first round graded players in this upcoming draft. 16. That means the second half of this first round are second round talented players. Furthermore, of those 16 first round talented players in my grading system, I only have four to 5. I would say 4 to 5. 4 to 5 players graded as Pro Bowl players. One being Peter Skoronski. If 2 of those players are off the board, now you're leveraging the Pro Bowl talent in the first round. If there's only 5 to be had, 4 or 5 to be had, that you're only 2 left, right? Of those, 1 is a need. The other is not a pressing need. Does that make sense? I'm going to talk about this right before the draft. So you have to look at the valuation versus evaluation. I think, again, every draft has its own identity. I would not, and I have mentors, right? Executives of the year who have that same line of thinking with you, Kevin, that you shouldn't draft an interior guard inside the top 10. That doesn't matter how good they are. What if you got an Art Shell? Would that be okay? What if you got let's just go down the list. Jim Otto, what did he play? What did Jim Otto play? Was he a center? What was Jim Otto? Hall of Fame. I'm just thinking of Hall of Fame Raiders offensive lineman. But I get what you're saying, man. I definitely get what you're saying. Edgar P says, no, I want Gonzalez. I like Christian Gonzalez too. Tommy says, I've got to admit, I'm a jerk. Even my girlfriend says to me, you are a mean man. You're not mean. Robert Penny says, I just unsubscribed for not texting back. Dude, isn't that crazy though? It's crazy, huh? How people they know that about me though. For real though. For real. Like they know that if I like you, like you'll know I like you because I don't play fake. Like I don't have time there's only so many hours in a day just doing what I'm doing. I don't have time to play fake. Like, I don't like you, guy, girl, I don't like you. Like, get away from me. Like, don't try to be cordial because at the end of the day, you could be talking ish anyways. So what difference does it make? You're just wasting my time and your time. If you're going to talk ish anyways, not saying I don't like them because they talk ish. I'm just saying in general, like if I don't like you and you don't like me, then just leave it at that. It's cool, man. Like you don't have to say hi to me. I'm not going to be like, oh man, that person did not say hi to me. Like, I don't got time. My mind is already on probably watching game film once the game's over, up in the press box or something. I don't know. Or at practice, okay, what am I going to talk about today on the live stream for the GOP family? You know what I'm saying? My mind is always somewhere else. Telling you, man, I don't got time for freaking games, bro. If you want to play games, go buy a freaking PS5 or something. I don't know. Oh, jeez. Kevin Lurka says, don't get me wrong, I like Skoronski. No, I get what you're saying, bro. But I also get what you're saying. I think it's a healthy debate, right? It's a healthy discussion. I don't like the word debate. I need to take that out of my vocabulary. Debate. Discussion. It's a healthy discussion because, and again, there's 22 of you guys watching it. We're 55 minutes and 57 seconds in, almost hitting an hour. Give this video a thumbs up if you like the live stream, so that way it will tell me to push more of these live streams for you moving forward, especially on a Wednesday. But getting back to your line of thinking, you're not wrong. Look, and a lot, I would say 95% of the people would be in agreement with you, Kevin. I'm the 5% that is Peter Skoronski all in on Peter Skoronski. Talked about. I can't say I didn't say it. I already said it. But you guys know how well I do with the beast receipts when it comes to offensive linemen. Who's good, who's not good in real time, right? You guys know how I did that with Creed Humphrey, Landon Dickerson. I mean, just go down the recent, that's just the recent memory. Go check the beast receipts on everything I said leading up to the draft on those players, and then the players that were coming out of those respective draft classes and why I thought they would be a good fit, where they got selected or where they should have been selected based on the valuation versus evaluation when grading the staff, not the box score. Tommy Huck says, okay, peace. I'll see you on the next one. All right, my man. I'll see you, man. Thank you. He said, thanks for the hospitality, Raider Nation. That's my guy, Tommy Huxley. Thank you for giving him a warm welcome here in the DOB family. Tommy Huxley, have a good night, my guy, or the rest of your day. It was good seeing you. Please hop on more. Love talking to you, man. Really, you hopping on May Day, bro. For real. No joke. All right. Robert Penn says, Tommy, stay blessed and keep rocking. See, look, we're all about good vibes only. That's what I'm saying. Look, we have Niner fans in here. We have Raider fans in here. We have Steelers fans in here. So there is a Chiefs fan in here. I was told, and this Chiefs fan's always been cool with everyone here in the DOB, and before that, previously the BWF, which stood for the BEASTwriter family. But very, very cool that Chiefs fan was always good vibes only here in the DOB. Like, for some reason, he like goes on other Raider channels, just starts like trolling. I'm not gonna name him. You probably know who he is. But when he comes to here in the DOB, he's like well-mannered, respectful. I like it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care what you do, as long as when you're here in the DOB family, it's all about good vibes only. All about good vibes only. So that's what it's about. But here's the thing that irritates me. All right. I'm just going to keep it 100. All right. And again, there's 20 of you guys watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what I have to say. And also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And turn on and flip on the bell notifications so you get notified when we go live or when we upload content. But yeah, let's just keep it 100. All right. Let's just talk about the household name BS, right? When it comes to, like, people are saying I don't know, it's not every fan base, but it's a lot of the fan base, no matter what team you cover. I noticed this. They always go for the household name as if that's the guy that they should be getting. Their team should be getting Devin White because he requested a trade. The team should be getting James Bradbury because he was a Pro Bowl cornerback. The team should be getting blah, blah, blah because of this, because of that. No, man, like, grade the snap, not the box score. There's a reason why the current team is not valuing you what you think you really are worth. Come on, let's keep it 100. Because if they valued you what you think you were worth, it's not like they don't know what they don't have. They know what they have. That's why you're upset. So everyone that's saying Devin White to the Raiders, I already discussed it yesterday. It's not an option. Now watch it happen. I just didn't think it's not an option because they have Robert Spillane there. And people who don't know the difference between Robert Spillane and Devin White, I already covered that here in the DOB. Talked about it with Robert Spillane, for crying out loud, as presser. And then people were trying to say, oh, yeah, because I was talking about the green dot. And then people were like, oh, yeah, he said he was going to play with the green dot. And I was like, oh, yeah. I wonder who asked him that question. This guy. So don't misinterpret, like, this guy. Because, like, what are we doing trying to correct me? I'm the one that asked the question. Because I graded the snap, not the ball score, dating back to 2020 COVID year when you replaced Devin Bush week 6 against the Cleveland Browns because he tore his ACL trying to chase sideline to sideline. My gosh. What are we doing? How do I remember this? I don't know. Do you guys remember? Maybe because I graded the snap, not the box score. Remember when Ronnie Stanley fractured his ankle for the Baltimore Ravens? Blindside left tackle. Fractured his ankle against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it was week 12. And then they switched Orlando Brown Jr. over to take over. And Orlando Brown Jr. is like, oh, yeah, I'm a blindside left tackle. You got to pay me. Then he gets shipped off to the Kansas City Chiefs and then went to Brett Veach and says, you got to pay me. Oh, my gosh. Archimedes says, Beast, when are you dropping a Raiders mock draft? I'll be doing that the day before the draft. I'm not going to be doing anything up until the day before the draft because it's pointless. It's pointless for me. It's just how I like to do it. I like to be right. I don't like to throw out clickbait. I mean, I could throw out clickbait because you guys trust my analysis, right? So I could flip the switch and be like, oh, and flip the narrative to something I don't even believe in just to get money, just to make money. Oh, yeah, they should get Devin White. These are the reasons why, because I have a grading system that is bulletproof. And despite what people say that he's horrible in coverage, I don't see that. And you guys would never know. You guys just trust my analysis. But I'm not going to feed you BS. He's not very good in coverage, and he's not worth top 5 off-ball linebacker money. And people are saying, "Oh, well, he's not a Ray Lewis." I understand that, but he's good. I'm like, no, man. If you want to talk about Ravens linebacker, she's not even as good as current Ravens linebacker Roquan Smith, who GM Eric DeCosta traded for with the Chicago Bears and Ryan Poles. Come on. He's not even in good. He's not. Why? I got this. Let's talk about apples to apples. Let's talk about grading Roquan Smith to Devin White. Now let's compare that. Peel back layers of the onion, and we talked about it yesterday. Let's talk about grading Devin White's pass coverage grade to Robert Spillane. Oh, Robert Spillane can't cover. What I tell you guys, bro? Like what I say on Raider Nation Radio, bro. I told you, majority of off-ball linebackers can't cover. That's why they're off-ball linebackers. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's just me. That is just me. D-Man says, sub to Beast, YouTube at BEASTwriter. Yup, it's in the description box below here on YouTube. Also, it doesn't matter what social media platform you are watching this right now. All right, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Twitter. All of my social media is listed in every freaking video that I make in the description box below. And it's at BEASTwriter. All right, so odds are the platform that you're watching or follow me on right now, which is at BEASTwriter, you can find me using that same handle in the search engine for other social media platforms at BEASTwriter. Now, there's a lot of fakes of me too, but there's only one beast, as I always say. Blue checkmark don't mean crap these days. I'm just saying. Blue checkmark does not mean a damn thing. Thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. Look, I told you, I talked about this yesterday. I'm not even verified on here on YouTube, but that's the number one platform that I'm pushing. And I'm not even verified on it. I have the least amount of followers here on YouTube than I do on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Verified on all those three platforms. But not, by the way, not paid verification. That's another story. Oh my gosh. But I'm not even verified here on YouTube. And if YouTube said, hey, we're going to give you a blue check mark if you give us $14.99, I'd be like, nah, man, I don't need that blue check mark. I'm cool. I want to earn it. And to earn it, you know how many subscribers we need? 100,000 subscribers. That's the benchmark to even have a blue check mark here on YouTube. 100,000 subscribers. We can get there. I have 240,000 Niner fans on my Facebook page alone. I have over 250,000. No, wait, way over 250,000. About 500,000 people follow me on social media alone from my time with the Niners. So I know we can do it with the Raiders because I did it once before, self-employed. I can do it again, self-employed with the Raider Nation. That's why I love doing this because I know where I'm going. You guys know where I'm going, but the nation as a whole need to know where I'm going. I'm counting on you guys to help drive that and push that movement because I can't do it alone because we are an army and I need the army to have my back when people try to steal my analysis, pass it off as their own. When they talk about it on their current YouTube channels or their live streams, and oh yeah, I think they should do this. And where'd they get that from? Go check what I had to say 3 weeks ago, 4 months ago, 6 months ago. Everything comes into play. January 11th, January 19th. I'm just saying, if you're going to follow somebody, follow someone who gets it right in real time to hindsight. That's all I got to say. That's all I'm saying. We're an hour and 6 minutes in and 15, but no one wants to do that. Why? Because they're afraid of getting it wrong. I'm not. I like calling myself. Look, you can call there's about a handful of things that you can call say I got things wrong. In fact, when it comes to Devin White, who would I say that the Raiders should draft in real time? In real time. I can retweet the tweet right now. I said that Clelin Ferrell was going to be the biggest bust in round one because they, drafted him. The Raiders should have drafted Devin White at number 4. I said that in real time. Now people are saying that in hindsight. Oh, we should have seen it on Instagram. Oh, Devin White should, you made a mistake. Should have drafted. What'd you say in real time though? Nothing. Everything's easier in hindsight after the fact. It's like, no, bro. A robot can do that. Like, don't be a robot. Everybody has a brain. Be a human. That should be a logo here in the DOB. Be a human, not a robot. Let me write that down. And at the bottom of the shirt says, let me write that down. Be a human, not a robot. Let me write that down. Kind of makes sense because robots copy. You get it? Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap up this live stream. If there's no more questions, if you have questions, shoot them over to me. But there's not any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and close out this live stream. I think we're very productive on this. There's 14 of you guys watching. Give this video a thumbs up. And again, I just want to get a special shout out to everyone that supported me, engaging with me on this platform. And then also spread the word to all your family and friends. You guys are already subscribed to the channel, so be sure to tell all the other nation that are big fans of the silver and black content, especially from someone on the beat, right? Like I'm there. My job being there 24/7, 365 is to give you insider information because I'm a beat writer, right? I'm the one there asking the questions. I'm the one there inside the locker room. I'm the one there giving you an exclusive look with those player interviews. I'm the one there, right? So on game days, up in the press box, right? So I'm the one after the game, post game, on Raider Nation Radio asking the questions, right? So like that you hear on ESPN Las Vegas. So it's like, I'm one of the few that do that. So if you guys want inside information from a guy who covers the team as a beat writer, because obviously I'm there, then tell other nation. I think the most credibility you can give or provide or to kind of sell somebody on what I bring, aside from my prediction and analysis, all they have to do is follow me for one live stream. They'll be hooked. I guarantee it. You guys already know. But the other side of that is I'm there, right? And how many people can say that? Only a handful of people on a hand can say that, right? Truthfully, maybe two hands. So, yeah, let's push it. But thank you so much. Just want to give a special shout out to Phil Romero for sending me a super sticker. I really appreciate it. My guy means a lot. And again, we wouldn't be here without you in the corner here in the DOB family. So again, mahalo for everything. And yeah, I'm going to have to go and get my grind on, get my workout in, and hustle and grind 24/7. That's how we do it in the DOB, where there's no off season and where social media engagement is encouraged. That will be it for today. I'll be hopping on back tomorrow with a Hall of Fame offensive lineman that you guys do know by name. Some of you may know him from the past. He's been on here before. So we're going to wrap him around tomorrow down in the trenches as we talk all things silver and black. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. That's it for now. BEASTwriter out.